Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones. Necronomicon ex mortis. Roughly translated, Book of the Dead. The book served as a passageway to the evil worlds beyond. It was written long ago, when the seas ran red with blood. It was this blood that was used to ink the book. In the year 1300 AD, the book disappeared.
What is up, Evil Dead fans? And if you couldn't tell by the intro, yes, we do have the Trick or Treat Studios Necronomicon from Evil Dead 2. Let's get into it. Alright, before I get into showing the book, let me give you a little backstory of what happened. Back in February of 2019, before COVID-19 and all this stuff has been going down, Trick or Treat Studios announced for pre-orders for the Evil Dead 2 Necronomicon. Now, a lot of us were happy and were so psyched to get it. A lot of us did the pre-order. I did the pre-order back in February. And so we're waiting months and months and months. And then the release date was in August, September. But about a month before that, we get an email and a notification that it's been pushed back. And so we're just like,
wow. You know, in the future, you might want to just say, sure, I'll tell her. Because dropping a bomb like that on somebody you just met is downright rude. But you know what? You're young. You'll figure it out.
so we're not too upset. The Evil Dead fans aren't upset. We have to wait a few more months. And once again, we get the ugly-headed email or notification of the pushback and estimated date. So that happened again. If I remember right, in 2019, it was from August, September, then pushed back to around November, October, November, and then it got pushed back again to the next year around February. So what happens after that? It gets pushed back again. They have their reasons why they did, and some people think it's a little fishy, so you know, people are now starting to email Trick or Treat Studios and wonder what the holdup is, and now they're not being very, very polite in their emails, I should say.
I'll be polite, right up until I'm rude.
Alright, so by this time, once it got pushed back again, everybody is just mad, and they're really just like this. But luckily, after waiting and waiting and waiting, we get a release date. We have a release date, so what is everybody doing? They're checking their emails, but unfortunately for a lot of people, they're constantly checking it, and this is what happens.
Shit. I told you there weren't nothing in here, nohow.
I'm not gonna lie. I checked my emails too. I never got an email on the delivery date. I'm sure some people have, but I didn't. I know a few others haven't. But I finally got my book.
Groovy.
And I'm so happy that I did. I'm so happy I didn't delete or get my money back from the pre-order. I'm glad I stuck with it all the way through. I really honestly am. And to all the people who canceled their order, this one's for you.
You missed your chance, darling. This gal knows what it's all about.
But I do need to be 100% honest with something. A friend of mine got his book 2 days prior than me. And his book was really not very good looking at all. The factory paint was very shoddy, and on the Knights of Samaria page, we actually posted it, and there was not a single happy person out there. And there's people asking me, even my family was asking me if I wanted my money back, and this was everybody's reaction to the photos of his book that he got. But regardless, I stuck it out. I waited a couple more days, and I finally got my book, and I have to say one thing. I was wrong on the Knights of Samaria page. I was wrong to doubt it. I thought that what it was, you know, the only thing I saw was like promotional photos from Trick or Treat Studios and another company out of the UK that is like a sub company that's shipping out from them, and I thought it was just a promotional book, but it's not. It is actually the book you're getting. Except for Trick or Treat Studios, they do have a one-of-a-kind book. You know, you can never have the one, you know, the one that they originally did. But unfortunately for my friend, I come to find out he had really, really bad factory paint on his. It can be repainted. A bunch of us are going to help him out with that, I'm sure. But let's get to the book.
Dead by dawn.
Dead by dawn.
Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn.
So before we get to the book,
Oh, you bastards! Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
the first thing that we need to look at is what it came in. Now this is the box it came in. If you can tell, you really can't tell because of all the stupid reflections, it's actually the vortex that Ash gets pulled into from Evil Dead 2. It's a very nice box. You see Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn. On the side, you got the Trick or Treat Studios logo. You can see Sumerian writing and some of the pages on the side. Very, very cool. Top, same thing. On the back, what's nice about this, what it says, legend has it was written by the Dark Ones, Necronomicon Ex Mortis, roughly translated Book of the Dead, but served as back. You know what all that means. Let's get to something different. It was blah, 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 blah. In the year 1300 AD, the book disappeared until it was later discovered by Professor Raymond Noby in the ruins of Castle Kandar. These artifacts are the only insight to what evil could be lurking just outside our world. The one thing I like about this is these are pretty much the true pages that are in the book. If you remember on the Trick or Treat Studios website, they're more weathered, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. But it's a very, very nice cover, or case, whatever you want to say. I mean, if you want your book on display, just leave it in this. I mean, when you have it inside, it's padded with, you know, structure around it so the book doesn't shuffle around, even is covered in plastic as well on the inside. So if you want to keep this and display it with the book just sitting inside this, which I will probably do for a while, I do suggest not ripping this up. There's a piece of tape up top here, break that, pop it open, book. There you go. So let's get to the book. Okay, so here it is. This is the Trick or Treat Studios Necronomicon Ex Mortis, based from the movie Evil Dead 2. Now, when I think Evil Dead 2, I think of this book. Actually, when I think Evil Dead, I think of this book. This, to me, is the most iconic book cover out of the whole trilogy. I know some people like the Army of Darkness, the Ash vs. Evil Dead more. Me personally, it's the Evil Dead 2. The front sculpt, I'm very happy with their front sculpt that they did. I do have one gripe, but you got to remember the price tag on this is $89.99, and also if you go through different outlets, you could actually find it with $10 off. The only gripe I have is just two, but I understand why they didn't do it, except for a couple different things. Down here, the prominence of that bottom lip isn't there. It's not there. But still, it's a very, very nice sculpt. And the flatness of the sculpt is not my favorite, but it's good. It's a really good sculpt for what it is and the price. It's a very, very, very good sculpt. One thing I really like, you don't have that stupid little lump right here that where most books have that when you open and close them. They did not do that. The material that is makes the cover and the binding is very durable. It's not crappy. They did a nice job in getting that done. This is as close as you're going to get on the open market for an Evil Dead 2. For mine, the paint, I really like the paint. My friend who got his factory paint was pretty askew. So, not seeing this one in person versus his, I saw his first and I wasn't a fan because the paint was very askew. There was brown spots here. But that's all quality control within the factory. This isn't Trick or Treat Studios' fault with his book. So that's just one thing. And I know some people can help him get a repaint on that pretty quick and easy. And if he doesn't want to have somebody do it, I know the guy who has it can get it done. But I'm very, very happy with the sculpt up front. The back, you will notice there is no ear. As of right now, without asking Tom Sullivan, as far as we can tell, there wasn't an ear because what I mean by we is a bunch of the Knights of Sumerian members, especially the guys who deal with a lot of the Necronomicon stuff. You never see an ear. So the only person who can answer that question is Tom Sullivan, and I'm sure, hitting him up right now is probably not the best ideal thing since this book was his baby. So, but yeah, I really like the ornate details all the way through it. I wish it would have been a little more prominent here and a little more raised on that left eye, just a little bit more. But, that's being nitpicky. All right, let's open it up. As you can see, the pages aren't really weathered at all. They have these rough edges. One thing here, I don't like how it's so clean, but that's not really a big issue for me. That's an easy fixable thing if I really want to go through it. When it comes to the pages, they were done very, very well. Off the pictures that we saw from my friend, it looked like there was like Tom Sullivan, or not Tom Sullivan, but Ash vs. Evil Dead writing, but that's not Ash vs. Evil Dead writing. That is definitely Evil Dead 2. I don't think if any of these or most of these were actually pulled directly from Tom. I'm not sure. They look a lot of them look like redrawn pictures, but I could be wrong on that. But they're done very, very nicely. The iconic ones that you remember. Talking with my Necronomicon friends, they did mention there is a few pages that are missing, which is okay. Like there's an iconic page. This here in person looks more of a reddish brownish. It could look purplish on screen, but it is a dried blood look. If you get one thing you might want to be aware of is sometimes the glue up here kind of sticks the pages together on top. It's easy, just peel them off very gently. It comes right off. I do have a little tear in one of my pages, but that just gives to the look in my opinion, so I am not bothered by that at all. If you want to know if it has the hero page and the portal page and the Evil in the Flesh page, it does not, because in Evil Dead 2, this book didn't have it in the book. They were the lost pages. They weren't in the book. Would it have been cool to have them in there? Oh, for fuck's sake, yes. It would have been great to have them in there, but unfortunately they don't. That's cool to me because that is a very accurate thing. I wish they would have made those pages or had the option to make those pages just sit inside there. That would have been cool. Maybe later they might do that as like an extra thing you can buy. Then I'd probably rebuy again. But as you can see, a lot of these pages, all the pages are actually pretty clean with these rough edges. If you look at the intro, the pages were white, but they were very, very clean cut. If you really want to, you can weather the crap out of these pages. That's the plus of these pages inside of here not being weathered. You can do that yourself, or have a friend do it who knows what they're doing. And if you want the burnt edges, you can do that. And if you're too young to do that and you have this book, get an adult who knows what they're doing. Do it. And if they don't know anything about Evil Dead, show them what it needs to look like on the edges of the pages if you want them to look burnt. But I think that, in my opinion, to have them a little cleaner versus what was offered on the website is better. I think this is better because you can actually weather them yourself. You can crinkle them up a bit and give it a little bit more of a fluffiness, a little bit of depth. One thing I really, really like about this book is the cardstock, or the paper thickness. These pages are very, very thick. I really like that. They're not flimsy. They're not cheap. I just do. I like that. I like it. They took the time to get nice paper inside of this book. If one thing you're looking at is the thickness, you got to remember, if you think it's like a thick book like Army of Darkness or Ash vs. Evil Dead, you're just wrong, because Evil Dead 2 was not a thick book. It was actually a way, way thinner book with not a ton of pages in it. Even though, like I said, there is a few pages that are missing, it's not a big deal. I think it was I forgot what it was, but there's a couple missing in there. Especially off the intro, there's actually another page that should be over here before this page. But in all, what do I think? For $89.99, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. If you happen to get one that has a bad factory paint, it's easy and fixable. Don't just go with a spray can over it, because you're going to ruin the damn thing. Look up on YouTube on repaint videos. I may have a link at some point, somebody who can do this. If you want to know about weathering pages, look up XXX Gothman, XXX, XXX Gothman, XXX. He's one of my friends who actually works with the Necronomicons, and he did this Necronomicon. Give me 2 seconds. If you watched my last video, you would have seen this. This is the Ash vs. Evil Dead Necronomicon him and Kurt Eubank did with the, and Al Biardi, XXX Gothman, XXX weathered all the pages. Very, very nice. In comparison between this, you got to remember, this one's about another $200 to $300 more than this book. This book, if you're an Evil Dead fan, this is a must-have to get. You have options to change the pages, to weather the pages. You have the nice look. If you want to resculpt it, you have a nice template. Honestly, what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to resculpt this. I thought I was, but I'm not. If I plan on doing an Evil Dead 2, a little power mode on me real quick. If I plan on doing Evil Dead 2, I'll do a brand new sculpt. When it comes to the size of this, I am not sure on the exact size. It does seem just a little bit big for Evil Dead 2, but not by much. But I really like this book. I am going to do some work with the pages, get them weathered myself. And I may post a video on that, on how to do that. But if you can't wait for that and you get your book, XXX Gothman, XXX on YouTube. He's your guy for weathering pages. And that he doesn't do the tea, he doesn't do the coffee soaking crap. He does everything by hand and does an immaculate job. Here's another example of his weathering. Like that. You can crinkle them up, you can make it fluffier if you want. I plan on doing something very similar. Definitely getting the pages a little more Evil Dead 2 when Ash opens the book up. Look, if you're a cosplayer, this is a must-have. And also, if you're a collector, it's a must-have. High-end collectors, they may not want it because high-end collectors are very specific. But in general, for $89.99, this is a must-have book. And like I said before, when I saw my friend's book with the bad factory paint, I was like, oh my gosh, that looks terrible. Because his looked weird on spots, like brown spots and black on spots where it should have been. And it's super glossy. And mine is, other than the lighting, is not really super glossy. Very detailed, very nice book. $89.99. Trick or Treat Studios. Get it while they still have it. It's a high demand item, and they're fulfilling all the pre-orders out right now, and I'm glad it stuck around since February. You know, it's a very clean book. As you can tell, the edges aren't quite accurate, but the thing is, this isn't supposed to be 100% accurate. If I had to give an accuracy rating on this, I would say this is about 85% accuracy, pages and all. I would say that's damn good. Versus buying somebody who made one out of toilet paper and glue and duct tape, I would say yeah. Go with the Trick or Treat Studios. Evil Dead 2, Necronomicon Ex Mortis. It has a nice box that comes in. Very nice book, and I dig it. And yeah, I will keep this one around for myself. I'm not going to give this one away, and I'm not going to alter the front. Like I said, if I'm going to do a sculpt, I'm going to do a brand new sculpt because this thing is too good to mess up. So until next time, hope you guys enjoy this. And remember, if you're new to watching this, I have a lot of crap that's Evil Dead, a lot of stuff. If you like Evil Dead stuff, and it's the only time, one of the only few times I'm probably going to say this, definitely subscribe and definitely check out the rest of what I got. I have to do a video tomorrow talking about Evil Dead chainsaws and their parts that Rob from Evil Dead Chainsaws, who did the chainsaws for Ash vs. Evil Dead, he did make parts, he did sell parts, and I need to go over on how to fit a lot of them because I do have his parts here. I know Rob, not like I've seen, I've never seen the guy in person, but we messaged back and forth. We've done it for a few years. That's just the nice thing about messaging back and forth. But he's sending me parts. I have some parts here for another guy's chainsaw to put together, so it's going to be an Evil Dead chainsaw / Brett's Creepy chainsaw, and go over that with you guys. That will be tomorrow. But for now, Trick or Treat Studios. Look up Evil Dead 2, Necronomicon Ex Mortis. It is a must-have for any Evil Dead fan. Until next time, you guys stay groovy.